Yes, Vanakkam, Vandanam, Namaste, good evening, everyone. So, thanks all for joining here. Thanks a lot for joining the show, Vasi sir. It is really pleasant to have you here. Vasi sir, when we look at your profile or when someone Googles about you, and since you have a very unique name, it is easy to find you out. But so many things comes in front of us. You're a performer, you're many things. So, rather than me explaining about you, Vasi sir, can you please give a quick introduction about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a computer engineer. So
Uh-huh.
I have around 20 years of IT experience,
That's
and
great.
last 7 years I am full time into project management training.
Mm-hmm.
So I help people clear the PMP exam, project management professional exam,
Okay.
and I'm also an NLP master practitioner.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh. That's interesting. That's interesting, Vasi sir. And when it comes to, so again, a fellow engineer, so what made you go into the project management field, sir? So what made you explore that line? I mean, of course, it is I mean, on the top of the ladder, that is what you cross across. But specializing into it, getting deep into it, what brought that out? What struck you? What interested you?
Yeah, immediately after finishing my college, I joined the same college and worked as a lecturer for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And after that, I moved into IT
Mhm.
field. So I worked started as a module leader in projects, software development projects in AS 400 platform. And
Okay.
then I, became a project manager. I mean, project leader, then project manager.
Uh-huh.
So that made me working in the software development projects and later testing projects uh, made me to become a project management person. So
Okay.
I got more interested in that. So I myself, I am a project management professional, PMP. So I got into the training and I'm helping people now to become PMP.
Nice. Interesting. Interesting. So for folks whoever are into that field, especially of my age and people younger than me and people who are just now interning or starting their career as a fresher, please have a look at this. This is also a career path up above the ladder because I had been promoting entrepreneurship a lot, but profession is also one of a very good what do you say occupation to take in. So being with a company is still a skill. So you need to have that skill, people management skill, project management skill is all you need to have as feathers in your hat. And this is also one good direction for you to get in. And Basi sir, coming back to you, when it comes to project management, people are more like, sorry Deepak, I'm not from the IT background. I'm more into logistics or I'm more into civil engineering and stuff like that. So they have that notion, a bit notion, or probably we can even say it is a myth, or probably I can be wrong. So is project management only for IT people? What do you have to say about that? What are the
So
realities around it?
it's for anybody who is into projects. So
Okay.
regardless of the engineering or IT or civil engineering, mechanical, electronics, whatever it is, right? So even marketing,
Uh-huh.
anybody who is involved in project management is for them.
Okay. Got it. Got it, sir. Got it. Got it. Got it. Amazing. So, and would you like to explain a bit about project? Because here, even that itself has so many options. That itself has, what do you say? There is confusion around the term also, I would put. So, according to you, what is a project?
According to me, rather than saying according to me,
Uh-huh.
the Project Management Institute (PMI), their
Uh-huh.
book is PMBOK, Project Management Book of Knowledge. So
Oh,
that
okay.
defines the project as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. So it's
Okay.
basically a temporary endeavor. So
Uh-huh.
it has a definite beginning and end, and at the end of it, we come out with something unique. temporary doesn't mean for a very short period. It doesn't mean like that. Even 10 years, some projects are running for 10 years. Even then,
Uh-huh.
they have a definite end date in mind. So that
Okay.
is what temporary means. So unique. So we have to come with some unique product, service, or result.
Okay. 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 Got it. So any new initiatives taken, any new initiatives with a timeline of a start and an end, anything related to that is a project. Correct?
You're right.
Perfect. Perfect, G. Perfect. And again, coming back to your profile here, so you are a performer, you are a cartoonist, you are a musician, you are a singer. The list goes on and on and on. So, how do you manage time for all of this? So, again, these are all new initiatives, right? Learning a new skill and then performing it to a level where you can go to the, of course, you not only learned, but rather stage performed in many of these. So, when looking at such skills, each one of it is like a project, as you mentioned. Now it is a new initiative being taken. It had a start, and probably you also had a deadline. How did you manage all of this? So did you apply project management skills in your personal life?
Yeah, I can say that. See, learning is my passion.
Uh-huh.
Like how teaching is my passion, learning is also my passion. So
Uh-huh.
I am good in self learning. So
Uh-huh.
I keep incrementing my knowledge by applying self knowledge. I mean self
Okay.
learning. I find some innovative methods to grab knowledge on certain things. For example, I learned to read Malayalam
Oh.
in a
Uh-huh.
single day. I borrowed the Malayalam India Today in the morning and
Uh-huh.
went to that person who gave me the book and gave a demo of reading that. So
Wow. In a
it's
single
like
day.
in a single day, yeah.
Okay.
So
That's great.
and he was surprised, and even I gave a demo of reading, and finally I said I told the meaning of the short story and confirmed with him, and he said right.
Uh-huh.
Only
Okay.
at that time
Okay.
he was really surprised. And
Uh-huh.
the technique I applied was knowing the unknown through the known. So basically, I looked for the pictures, photographs, and you know the person, right? And
Uh-huh.
below that, the name of the person is written. And for
Uh-huh.
example, Amitabh Bachchan, you know, the picture is there, and below that, Amitabh Bachchan is there. And you
Uh-huh.
learn Amitabh Bachchan, right? Few letters.
Okay.
And incrementally, you'll apply that to other photographs. And after that, finishing everything and come to the letters to the editor. There you have the name of the person, below that, the name of the place, right?
Uh-huh.
I still remember how I learned, I mean, read that Navanida Krishnan Kolikodu. So
Okay.
the ja is just great.
Uh-huh.
So in the
Nice.
same method, I applied that to read Telugu also after a few
Oh,
years.
uh-huh.
So self-planning is my passion.
Great. Nice, 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 sir. And here, when you talk about, say, like, so, let me before that phrase it for our audience here. Knowing the unknown through the known is what you had mentioned, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So that is where subtitles also fit in here, I guess. People, be it Netflix, be it any movie that you watch in, be it OTT or even be it translated books, this is one of the easiest way you can learn. And let me put another real life example here. So say I was a salesperson in Southeast Asia, and when we interact with such a different culture, as you know, there are so many languages out there. There are more than, say, like thousands of islands across, and many of the, and probably even hundreds and thousands of languages. So how do we go there? How do we speak? And we have to build that relationship, and a complex one, so that we can sell. How do we start? We start with one thing, and in language terminology it is called as cab driver's language, which is nothing but it could be a cab driver's Hindi, it could be a cab driver's Malayalam, anything. So the concept is left, right, start, stop, fast, slow, basic verbs, basic understanding. As sir mentioned, whatever is your livelihood, whatever is your survival things, list that down. At least for those, list it down and make sure you practice that. For me, the chart which I already always had in all the five or six Southeast Asian language was no meat, no fish, no egg, no beef, and whatever, no seafood, and probably okay, seaweeds and mushrooms, okay. And but they will ask, why didn't you not put milk? Why didn't you not put vegan? Because when I ask vegan, almost they will give me only raw fruits and raw vegetables. That's a good way to lose weight again, but still. So these are almost say like stuck in my mind. So know the unknown through the known. Very good, easy
Yeah.
technique here. I won't say it is easy. Practice till it becomes easy for you is what I would suggest. Coming back to you, Vasi sir, and let me again dig a little bit deep into the same point. Okay, how so? These are so many skills. So probably say music and performing could be related, music and singing could be related, but cartooning is entirely a different skill. So in your own time, so along with, of course, you were a working professional for a very long time, you were a teacher, you had to prepare those notes, you have to prepare, think, and even you reviewed literal textbooks of your own industry. While doing it, how did you manage all this, sir? Because skills is not easy for everyone to acquire that. Of course, passion first comes and makes everything easy. But if you suppose you were to give some knowledge or some wisdom or some technique to someone, what will that be to managing all these skills? Because in today's situation, as you know, it is very difficult. We need to have multiple skills to survive. Frankly speaking, that is the case. What are your thoughts, Vasi sir?
First, I will answer the cartoon. When I was in second standard, my
Uh-huh.
grandfather he drew a picture of an elephant,
Okay.
and that was a fantastic elephant picture somebody has ever drawn, right? So
Uh-huh.
I got delighted, and I wanted to simulate his drawing. So I
Okay.
became good at that, and gradually I improved that. And at one time, I started drawing cartoons. So,
Okay.
like we say in NLP, if one person can do, other person can imitate that, right? So,
Okay.
as simple as that, provided we have passion.
Got it.
And regarding the review of the PMI books,
Uh-huh.
actually, a colleague told me that he had reviewed a book, PM Walk. I don't
Uh-huh.
know the version 4, I think, and he showed his name on the book.
Uh-huh.
So that thrilled me. Wow. So again, if one person can do, others can do that
Okay.
too. So
Okay.
I got interested. That interest became, I got too much deeply into that. So now there are 7 books which have my name in the reviewers list of the PMA book.
7.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
interesting.
just
Really, 7 you meant. Okay.
my
Okay.
target is to get
7
my
literal.
name on all the books possible, right? In PMI case.
Definitely. Definitely. And I would suggest have a target as say like your own field of study, Vasi sir. You have been literally a human dictionary. You have been, I must say, like human source of learning. So many skills accompanied. So you could be your own field of studies, what I would say. So coming back and again for our audience to be clear, you had mentioned the word NLP or terminology NLP. So, and since as you are also an engineer, most of our audience here are engineers, so they will confuse that with something else. So what is NLP according to you? Is it the neuro linguistic programming or is it natural language processing?
It's neuro linguistic programming. I mean,
Super.
programming the mind through language.
Okay. Perfect. Perfectly makes sense. So folks,
So
engineers
basically,
out
when I
there.
start learning something, I start with the intention or a slogan that I can do it.
Hmm, I can do it.
I won't have any doubt whether I can do or if I can do nothing. Simple, I can do that.
Got it. There is one more quote I forgot again by whom, but this was Ratan Tata or some Indian only. I forgot. So whenever you're starting something, do not start it with a doubt. If you're doing that, don't start it at all. When you start it, have the full intention, have the full intent as there is no option for the other ways. You can do it because you have to do it. Go with that mindset. You will definitely do it. Think as if your survival is at stake, folks. That is what I would suggest here. And Vasi sir, coming to you again. on top with regards to project management. So one of the aspects of project management is that to make sure things are in arranged properly, or things are aligned properly, and it is finished in a proper time. So time is a very important aspect, and in today's world it has literally become blurred. We all have clocks, we all have watches, but we don't have boundaries, we don't have environment. When it became work from home, Nine to 5 is now dissolved. It is almost like wake up, and since you do not have to travel or waste time on travel, you have that 1 hour is also not given to you personally. That 1 hour you are almost asked to put in some other skill productively for the company. In short, second, the end day is also not clear. At least in office terminologies, we had an overtime concept, but with work from home, that is also cut. So, coming back, how do you manage that time? A lot of people, especially in the work from home scenario, they feel 24 hours is not at all sufficient. 24 hours, I am not getting sufficient time to do things. And we are talking about people of all ages, people of all professions, and just within one task or anything that they set as goal. So, Vasi sir, when someone feels as 24 hours is not sufficient, from the project management skills or from that side of the world, what would you suggest? What can we learn from you?
I suggest meditation. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so once we do the meditation, and we'll be able to concentrate better. So in that
Okay.
sense, within a short time, we can do more work, and
Okay.
whatever time saved, we can use for other, I mean, whatever we are passionate about.
Uh-huh.
So we should
Okay.
have to look at both profession as well as the passion. We have to sail
Passion.
in the two
Okay.
boats at the same time.
Okay. That is a perfect recipe for keeping things in time, making sure time is in your control, folks. Meditation, again, this is the biggest asset that we have. This is the biggest machine we have. So make this machine properly or use this machine properly so that your other machines can run perfectly. So, Vasi sir, could you please elaborate a bit on meditation, because that also we have a lot of young audience here. So for them, it will be easier. Are you talking about mindfulness here, or is it the flow state? So how would you suggest, or can you say examples of few meditation which you have tried?
Uh, Currently, I have tried different meditation methods. Okay, right
Uh huh.
now, what I am using is the method is thoughtfulness meditation.
Oh,
So I got
okay.
trained on that, and I do that on daily basis.
Uh huh.
So of course, it helps in keeping us keeping our mind calm.
Okay.
So that's really good. It reduces the stress,
Stress. Yeah,
and it
that is
increases the concentration.
true. Nice. Folks, I would like to give you an example here. So there is a TED talk on this too. So it is, again, I forgot the name, I will put it in the comments. It is by a lawyer who is now turned into workplace productivity consultant, and he helps in efficiency management and performance enhancement. The talk is simple. So when it comes to cognitive skills, right, so be it sales, or be it say like creativity, or be it managing things and using tactics, strategy, etc., the more you're into a pressure, your level comes down. But the same thing when it is an operational skill, or when it is mechanical skill, when pressure increases, or when you are given targets, your efficiency increases. So this is the opposite funda, and usually this is also where leaders and managers here, whoever are listening to it, so please keep this in mind, because when you're giving targets for cognitive skills, or where you need solutions which has to be thought a lot, or when you need solutions for open ended questions, or when you need solutions where collaboration and lot of creativity is needed, sales is also a good example. And here, when you're putting in a lot of pressure, or when you're having only the targets related mindset, and you're not focusing on, say, like other human aspects, performance can reduce. So the other human aspects which you can always use for your own self as well as for others to enhance the performance is: number one, as Vasi sir rightly mentioned, is passion. Second, motivation, by motivating yourself and allowing others also to perform. Those are all the intrinsic motivation factors that you get. And third is always a feeling of pride. You have achieved something. You were given a platform to do something of your own. So these are the three factors which always does or makes you to do things. Even if suppose say organization like Google, the employees are happy, or wherever the organizations are perfectly using all three things, they will have amazing productivity. The employees will be happy. Companies can also do that without you being conscious of that. Best example is Wikipedia. So many authors, they contribute to Wikipedia from so many different topics. How, or rather why do they have to spend their time in researching and sharing things online? These are the three things that motivate. So have these in mind, dear managers and leaders. And for folks who are listening to it, should be the number one driver, as Vasi sir always say. So either look for things that you're passionate in, or put your passion into whatever things you're doing. Yeah. Coming back to the next one point here, Vasi sir. So again, project management, lot of people, they confuse it. Even I had that notion. Frankly speaking, I am accepting that it is all majorly time and task management. Because when I was into one of the ad agency, what we used to do is we had a Jira, we had a project management tool in place, we had tasks to be entered, but we did all that only at the last moment. So for us, mentally, it was like, okay, this is only for task or time. We are tracking only this. But speaking to you, I understood that no, boss, this is something more that involves leadership related skills, leadership related activities, and stuff like that. So, what is project management according to you, Vasi? So, what are the other things involved in it? Because it is vast, is that I see. But how vast is it? What is project management?
The applying our knowledge and skills to complete a project is the project management. So this doesn't, I mean, not only time management, and it has around 10 knowledge areas.
Then,
So basically,
okay.
integration management, scope management, schedule management, cost, quality, resources, communication, risk, procurement,
Oh,
and stakeholder.
okay.
So these are the 10 knowledge areas.
Superb. Perfect. Really great. So, okay, could you, sorry to ask you that again, for the sake of our audience, can you please help us or repeat that once again? Scope management is one,
Integration management,
integration management,
scope,
scope,
schedule,
schedule,
cost, quality,
cast,
quality, resources, communication, risk,
hello, risk, okay,
procurement,
procurement,
and stakeholder.
and stakeholder. Okay, perfect, perfect, Vasi sir. So this is literally, so people, if you could connect all the dots, this is literally what a CEO does, or what any management or any business leader does. Correct? It is more than just managing your task. It is more than just managing your time. So this is how vast the field is. Okay. So now coming back to our next point here, Vasi sir. So how can project management help professionals? So, or say an example, a lot of people are now thinking, what should be my career path? What should I study? Especially our younger audience here listening and freshers. So, or even say like people of my age, so we now are looking at management roles, we are now looking at leadership roles. So how does this help our profession? How should we get into this, or how we can add one more feather or one more skill to our resume or CV? What would you suggest for professionals here?
See, the project management knowledge we can get from the book of PMI, the Project Management Body of Knowledge. So
Uh-huh.
for people who are freshers out of college, or with just 1 year of experience, they
Uh-huh.
can undergo the training on the PMBOK and then take up an exam like CAPM, Certified Associate,
CAPM.
CAPM, Certified
Uh-huh.
Associate in Project Management.
Okay.
And for experienced people who are having the project management experience for 3 years or more, as a
Uh-huh.
project leader or project manager, and
Hmm.
they can undergo the training on the PM work, and they can do the PMP exam, project management professional exam.
Okay.
So
Okay.
nowadays, clients are insisting that the project manager should be a PMP.
Oh, okay. A certified professional.
Yeah, certified. We are benchmarking our knowledge against an
Okay.
international standard.
Okay. 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 Perfect. Nice one. And Vasi sir, with regards to career or job, so what are the professions available for say like CA PM, right? CAPM certified professional or a PMP certified professional. What are the different options available for them in the career? And especially considering today's situation like COVID. So would you please like to comment on that?
See, there is good value for people with the project management certifications like CAPM and PMP,
Uh-huh.
right? So there are job opportunities for them. They can grow in their own organization or move out of
Okay.
organization. So whatever they wish, there is a good
Okay.
demand for that. That is
Okay.
sure.
Understood, Ji. Understood. And coming to say like project management as a skill. So for that, how do you think can it help entrepreneurs, startup founders, or even business owners? Because again, all the certifications that that not only you or anyone, when we think about certifications, immediate thing that come to people's mind is it is only for professionals, or it is say like only for managers, especially talking about project management. People have that notion it is only for say like managers. So again, this is a terminology which lot of people use, not my opinion, a terminology which again people are using in the industry. MBA is say like bean counting, it is only for people in that management sector, managers. So this is, I feel, that is not the right sense, or that is not a way to look at it probably. But looking at the 10 skills that you mentioned, looking at the list of items which project management helps you in learning, how can project management help business leaders, Vasi sir? How can it help someone like a C-level person, a CEO, or even a startup founder? Because they are doing, literally, we have to do everything, correct? So as a founder, we have to put money and resources into marketing also. We have to put money and resources into product development also, into R&D also, into facilities management too. So when we are starting up, we have to sweep the floor too. So they are multitaskers. They have so many responsibilities which are changing so dynamically every day. So, but still, I feel that they are not taking this a bit seriously, or rather, I would say, if they take this seriously, it can help them a lot. I may be wrong, I may be right. What is your thoughts, Vasi sir? So, for a CEO, for an entrepreneur, or a business person, how can project management help them? In short.
See, it helps them in understanding how projects are done,
Uh-huh.
and once they know that, they can review the projects in their organization in a better way. So
Okay.
they can look into metrics regarding the projects, and they can focus on that. Like they say, what you can't measure, you cannot manage. So the
Okay.
metrics will help them show the status of the project in a clear way. And another, my favorite quote is,
Uh-huh.
trust everyone but track everything. So this will help them in tracking how their projects are performing, and if they are completed on time successfully, and the
Uh-huh.
return on investment will be better, and the customer satisfaction will be better. So
Okay.
obviously, it's good that business leaders focus on the project management, the knowledge, right?
Okay. Okay. Amazing, sir. And with regards to the quote, especially, even I love that. Trust everyone, but track everything, because when you have investors, that is what they want to know. That is what they want to know. They are not like, trust is okay. What do you say? Abstract values are okay. But what is detail? What is the things which I can touch, feel, or other count is what they would like to ask. So, again, elaborating on this point here, Vasi sir, if suppose you were to train, or a CEO of a company is calling you to help him or her there, because as you know, every business has different stages of growth. We have to start from 5 employee or a very small team, and from there we have to grow it to 10 employees, 15, 50 after that, and so on. Or even we have to expand it nationally, internationally, and globally. So if you were to train people in that area or leaders, how would you start, or what would you tell them? Where are the areas which you would train them regards to project management? How can it benefit them? Again, from your own words, how would you train them?
Very simple. As I said, the 10 knowledge areas, I would focus on, I will impart knowledge on all those 10 knowledge areas. And
Uh-huh.
in each of them, there are a total of 49 processes which are
Oh,
spread among these knowledge areas. And each of these processes, they are having tools and techniques. So I would train
uh-huh.
them on these tools and techniques, and which will help them in managing the projects in a better way.
Okay. Okay. 49 49 different techniques
Process,
and areas is what. Okay. Project. Sorry, processes.
processes, yeah.
Process. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. That's really interesting, Vasi sir. And 49 is something like, say, again, it is a proper field of study. I won't go deep into that. So, yeah, coming back here. So, another important aspect, or say an example where I feel project management will be a lot helpful is, again, being from the agency background, being from the marketing and sales background. I feel even there, if we could bring this structure, if we could bring this terminologies and processes in place, it will be really helpful, especially say marketing. In marketing, as we all see, there are so many ads coming in, so many websites being launched, so many apps being launched. And for that, we have to prepare a lot. And these are, say, like, as you mentioned, when for the definition of a project, these are new initiatives with a very strict deadline, because if you cross that, putting an ad late is of no use. You have to be with the trend, launch it with the trend, else all the money is gone in the drain, correct? So in such a space, you have to keep thinking, you have to keep making things, and also you have to make sure that everything is organized, because you will have so many people out there. There is a client who is going to support you, there's a client's team, then there is a production house, then there is a videographer, cinematographer, and everywhere. I mean, a lot more people involved in that. You would literally be everywhere if suppose you're not putting things on paper, or you're not arranging it properly. So to get into this, Vasi sir, with regards to the creative fields like arts, advertisement, even music and film production, to that sense, how can project management here help them, sir? Because I've personally seen a lot of people from these areas are, say, like, buying our own project management tools, but I didn't focus that much part into it as, say, like, why they are doing it. So Vasi sir, could you please explain this as how project management can help these sectors or the creative sectors also?
See, whatever is the project in whatever field, see, the knowledge areas are the same. So the output
Uh-huh.
is going to be different. Very simple.
Uh-huh.
The scope defines the boundary of the project. What I'm going to do in this project, right? In
Okay.
schedule, we estimate the time duration for each of the activities and come up with the schedule, right?
Okay.
Starting and ending dates for the different tasks or activities. And then
Uh-huh.
cost, we estimate the cost of the different activities and arrive at the budget. In each
Okay.
time period or per month, what is going to be the budget, right?
Okay.
So, and quality, we have to define the standards. So, what standards we are going to follow, and then
Uh-huh.
how we are going to do the audit, what kind of testing or inspection we are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is quality. And again, resources, we estimate the resources. It is both, human resources and other resources or materials or things,
Okay.
right? So, and then communication, we have to, communication is very important. 90%
Mm-hmm.
of the project manager's time is spent in communication. So that is a
Definitely.
key thing, right?
Definitely.
So communication, how is going to be your, how are you going to communicate the project status report to your stakeholders? So what is the format and what is the frequency? All these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and risk, yeah, risk is a big thing. And in our terminology, we call unknown risk, which means risk is unknown and impact is unknown. The
Okay.
example is COVID.
Yeah.
We are not
Correct.
aware of this risk. We are not aware of the
Correct.
impact, right?
Uh-huh.
So we have to have a plan to handle the different types of risk. So
Okay.
we need to have some contingency plan also. So that's about risk. And procurement, whatever, whenever you're going to buy something for your project, or you're going to hire some machines for your project, right? Procurement is involved.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to manage the stakeholders. Stakeholders means people or organizations who are directly or indirectly, they can affect the project or get affected by the project. They are stakeholders.
Oh,
And
okay.
finally, integration is integrating all these knowledge areas, right? So that is the
Uh-huh.
integration management.
Uh-huh.
So whatever is the project, we need to focus on all these things to arrive at the project outcome
Okay.
in an efficient way.
Efficient way. Okay. 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 Perfect. Perfectly well put. And I really loved the way you defined such things. It was crisp, it was clear, and it is also in a layman's term. So, people, please listen to this part, especially and mainly for people who are from the agency background, who are from the arts and creativity, and even sales. Because here, again, things are unknown. We know that this many effort we have to put, this many calls we have to put, but things are unknown in front of us. So this is what can help you a lot. This is what can help you in a lot of structuring. Let me give you an example here. So say for a company, if they want to try and test out a new product in a new market, things will be everywhere scattered across the place, right? Where should we start? How should we start? You might have a time tested model, you might have a data tested model, but will that work in this new market? You have to do again the testing, correct? And then you have to bring in all those data which you had collected, because you might be surprised by the amount of data that is the market is throwing at you, the amount of creativity the market is showing to you. You would be collecting all of this. There'll be so many dots to connect. Which one to connect? How to connect? More than that, how much time and resource, and who should be the stakeholders, whether should they be affected by this, or this is entirely an R&D process. Even R&D process should have a time and deadline, should be done in a perfect project based way. So think of this, let things be structured, let it not be haphazard. So because as Vasi sir mentioned, tracking is very important. And unless and until you don't have this structure, it will become difficult for you to track. One more example I would like to give to all our freelancer friends here. So folks, we all get into different project related, say, discussions. People would like to create something from you, people would like to take some services out of you. It could be into anything. It could be a business consultancy, it could be a finance consultancy, it could be writing, or it could be just someone wanting to know about demo of your product. In those cases, what we usually do, we go and speak with the person, we take out things from him, and then try to explain it, correct? So when you're doing it without any boundaries or without any processes in place, usually what happens is, this is where, as Vasi sir rightly mentioned, majority of the time goes into communication. This is where you lose in a lot of time. Time is a very valid asset, it is a very valid resource that you're putting in. And if you're not clear here, it will just drain off. Your pipe won't not only leak your currency, it will also leak your time. Both are the same. So here, what you can rather do is, you can ask the client to come back with you of a dissected plan of whatever he or she wants. It could be an Excel sheet, it could be a simple Word document. In short, it is a scope of work. So as Vasi sir also mentioned, see, we are touching scope. Have the scope very well cleared. Tell them frankly what you can take in, what are the tasks you can take in, what are the deliverables you can give. Have the questions all set and ready. If you are, say, an example, making an app, but you don't have the resources or you don't have the time to explain them why do they have to make the app, If they are still in that stage, ask them, boss, I will connect you to with someone, or you brainstorm. When you're ready with all these questions, then only come to me. Because unnecessarily you will be again spending a lot of time in communication and not focusing on the others. So this is how you have to split things accordingly, so that managing things is very easy for you. Have it properly organized here. Basi sir is always here to help you. Whatever project you are into, be it even R&D, be it arts, be it creativity, or be it even freelance. And for professionals, as we already discussed, this is a very good field to have. Western companies are now coming into India, and India is also expanding globally. As we are doing it, global standards is what we see. It becomes companies to hire people who are certified also. The reason being behind that is they understand this field, they understand this terminologies, they can work easily. Because whenever you're going into any set company, they will already be having all those tools and structure ready. You need to fit in there. If the company again has to teach you all of this from the start, as I again told you, they are again putting their time into communication for you. You become a, in short, a little bit is a liability, which they won't like to do that. Hence, your competence decreases in front of someone who has this certificate or who has been trained into this. This is not only just a certificate to hold, it is a skill also that you can master. And now more than you can, I would suggest you need to, because it becomes difficult otherwise to manage things, be it anything. And as Vasi sir said, a project is not only just IT or a professional related one. It could mean n number of things. Even in your personal life, if you're learning to have a new skill, that itself is a project. Even learning needs to be in a proper way. It is not the number of videos or number of webinars that you watch. It is the number of communications that you have it in a proper way, and how are you tracking that. Here also, I would like to give you, before we get quickly to the next question, one simple tactic is every single communication that you do, be it a phone call like this, be it a webinar like this, or be it any form, emails, make sure every single conversation has a goal. Point number one. Point number two, every single communication, the moment it is going out from you and it is coming back from somewhere or some person to you, make sure it is always better by 1% than your previous communication. Point number two. Point number one, have goals clearly. Point number two, at least try to improve 1% of whatever was your previous achievement. Point number three, make as many fast communications as possible. I'm not asking you to be haphazard. Try to increase your frequency, because in sales, be it in any communication, the number of communication points you have, the faster things move ahead. Fourth one, because communication also helps you understand that you're moving in the right direction, it also gives you results quickly. Coming back to results, never ever get offended by failure. You need to practice failure. As Vasi sir rightly mentioned, no one expected COVID, but you can expect COVID. Be prepared for disasters. Think nothing will go wrong. Sorry, nothing will go right. Everything will go wrong. I mean, not don't always be a pessimist, but have some time to be a pessimist and practice things in that manner, because that will help you to be prepared. So 4 points. Vasi sir, any thoughts to add in here? Was I right? I may be wrong
Yeah,
also.
yeah, you're right. You mentioned about failure.
Uh-huh.
In NLP, we used to say there is no failure, only feedback.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
we have to keep improving, right? Learn from the mistake
Got
and
it.
move on.
Definitely. Definitely learn from the mistakes. How will mistakes happen? You have to try things. Try
Yes.
fast, fail fast, learn fast. Try fast, fail fast, learn fast. Have that as a mantra for today. And folks, anyone whoever is into the entertainment space, or whoever is into again knowledge space also, universities, colleges, people are say like who into event management spaces, even including I would suggest entertainment people like set artists and so on. One suggestion I would like to give you here is, India has a lot of disaster people. There's nothing say like we have earthquakes. Only thing is volcanoes we don't have. We had floods. We have frequent floods. We have locust attacks. We have pretty much everything and anything. Stock market crashes, we also had it. Real estate crashes, we also had it. Why not we document this? Why not we document this in such a way and we try to simulate this? This is what helps. And as because I'm calling out for these four people because this is a very good opportunity for you. Say Chennai floods or even Mumbai floods. There have been so many floods many times, but do we have a data? Do we have a map? Do we have an open source data which people can see? Of course, many people will be after you, especially the real estate cartel, but try to do it in such a way that it becomes an easier accessible information for people, so that they don't put their life fund savings into somewhere that is risk affected or that is easily prone to risk. So such ways you can help a lot. So just like COVID, can't we be prepared for other such pandemics? Let us try to do that. And since you're into this industry, this can be a social cause. This can be a social entrepreneurship which you can take up. So, sorry, I talk a lot, folks. So, coming back to our Vasi sir here. So, Vasi sir, you have been a cartoonist, you have been a performer, you have been a singer, a musician, a project management coach, an NLP coach. You have been a teacher also. And again, as you mentioned, you know Malayalam, you know Telugu, you know Tamil. What else? What next? So what is cooking behind? What are you learning currently? You have been learning so many things. So currently, what are you learning? Can you give us a teaser of that?
Yeah, currently I'm improving my Carnatic music skills and my keyboard, music keyboard
Oh,
playing skills. The
uh-huh.
other keyboard, you already know my skill, right? Computer keyboard.
Definitely, definitely,
So
definitely.
this is a different keyboard and a
Uh-huh.
different skill.
Superb, superb. Or any other hidden avatar of Vasi sir that we are yet to see? Can we get a trailer or a teaser of that? Anything else you are hiding from us?
No, okay, I can do mimicry and I used to
Wow.
entertain people.
Uh-huh.
If you want to see a beatbox of a song, I can do that for you.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. More than happy, sir.
Okay, this is from a movie Agni Nachatram, so I
Wow.
can do
Uh-huh.
that. That's
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
it.
Nice one, sir. Nice one, nice one. And in fact, that's a song I love. So
Oh,
great.
good.
So many, so many talents, man. So many talents you done. So from cartoon to mimicry to humor, what a wit. Really amazing. So people, this is also a good point for you. So if anyone is looking for a corporate humor related discussion or corporate humor included training, please feel free to contact our man is here, Mr. Vasi sir. Especially in this work from home scenario, right? We need people like him because data and too much teaching is getting boring now. This particular screen is full of light. This laptop is heating up. No one has found a cold laptop till now, unfortunately. So it becomes difficult to focus. It becomes difficult to concentrate, especially when things become entirely digital. That is where talent like Vasi sir comes into play here. That is where you have to mix different skills like this. That was really interesting to see, mainly because this is coming from a PMP coach here. It is not coming from a music director. Man, hats off to you, sir. Hats off to you. Really
Thank you.
nice. Thanks a lot, folks. Thanks a lot for joining us. Thanks a lot, Vasi sir, for joining us. Really great to meet you all.
Thank
Please feel
you.
free to comment with any questions you have. And whoever you are, a professional, a student, an entrepreneur, or any education faculty, if you'd like to pursue the project management as a career, as a skill, or if you'd like to consult Vasi sir, please feel free to comment below. Sir is always here to help you anytime. Sir also has a website. We will be putting that to you shortly over the comments. Have a look. Have a great week ahead. Thanks, folks. See you all tomorrow, same time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.